Oh, it might be up. Hey guys, hopefully it's up. Not sure. It didn't give me an alert or nothing, so hopefully, well, we might be live. Either way, if your first time here, welcome. Try to do this. Gonna try to do this every Sunday. Today's a little bit later than we're gonna try to do. I had a little birthday party to go to. But what I try to do on Sundays, at least this uh might get a little bit crazy. We've got subs rolling in. It blowing up. These short videos are going kind of crazy. Um Hey Velcro, how you doing, buddy? Hopefully you're feeling better. Finally, my notifications work. Mr. Dan. How you doing, Bubba? Yeah, just getting home. Just getting home. Freaking woke up this morning to I don't know, 515 subscribers. Now we're up to 564. Incredible. I don't whatever. Um I'm fine. It was well, I knew you had a pretty good spill yourself, right? Or you fell? Um yeah, hopefully he's doing all right, man. Sorry to hear. But I know the last time we had a live stream, you had said you had a pretty good fall or something like that. And then I talked to you in the Discord. And yeah, hopefully we can catch up here shortly. Let me see. Want to try to find. I always have a hard time finding this too. YouTube Studios. All right. Recent subscribers. There we go. All right. So I want to try to. No, we're not going to be able to do 7 days. Okay. Let's try this. Date subscribed. All right. We got a list here. Holy cow. And I think the last time, if I'm not mistaken, and I only remember this because it was the first skidder that I actually went to work with was the Timberjack. I think we left off with the Timberjack logo fell. I'll have to see if I can find it. We got some subscribers here, and I might butcher some names, so I do apologize about that. But I'm gonna try. All right. Uh yeah, the first one's gonna be one I butcher. Get Hano, Get Hano P. We've got Joe Chapman. We've got Ethan Adamson. Uh, Mattis uh, Ferre. I'm sorry. I am sorry. Uh, Gilson Charles. Mike Tyson. I can do that one. We've got Merv. Freiberg. Jack Dennis. Michael Weber. Tanner Hayes. Larry Phillips. Uh, Martin. Sawmill Building Company. I don't even know. Joseph Myers. I'm sorry. Scott Foster. Uh wow. Some of these names. Ahazarus. Colin Day. Sarah. Catherine Miller. Uh-oh. What did we do? There we go. Stephen Benz. Ba, 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 ba. Christian Damien, Shining Star, coordinating, working on it. Hatred 88, 0549BR, Kevin Wise, Dirt Biker, 712, and Mr. Timberjack, Fundy 506. So thank you guys. These are the newest subscribers that are showing who they're subscribed to. I did find that out too. It's if you go into the comment section or whatever section it is, if you choose to allow it to be seen who you subscribe to, that's what's going on. Ground Pounder, what's up, brother? How's your vacay? I am doing well, buddy. I'll be right back. My chickens are making some weird noises. I think the rooster's taking care of business or something. Apologize. All right. Yeah, just another fall. Well, that's not good. Yeah, my brother's good. I'll be heading home tomorrow. Good to hear, buddy. Good to hear. Been praying for y'all. It's going good, Ground Pounder. I just and don't mind the tassels and the mud, but I've been using. I did buy a pair of these are Vibergs. Old Buck gonna be proud. These are 8.5 4Es, supposedly, and I put the old saddle soap to it. That's why it's all yellow. I've really got to massage it in a little bit better, but they are stiff. They are a stiff boot, but brand new set of Vibergs I got off eBay. Like I said, they're 8.5, which is a European size, and that is supposedly translated over to American sizes 10.5. Apparently, I'm a 10.5. The boots I wear every day are 11.5s, but I took a awful gamble, and I fit in these guys good. And like I said, the tassels, they're nothing to be, but they're handy. I've got to get some black leather. I can show you guys that too. I've been doing a little bit of leather work. Not these. These are something that I ordered a while. I'm not even going to get into that. It was just a big old crap show. Don't order leather from eBay. Bro, it was wonderful. Cooking chicken on the grill at the moment. We made it home. You get the parts coming for the win. I did get the parts coming. I really hope. I am praying that it comes tomorrow. I've got so much wood down and so much mess down at my aunt and uncle's to get out of there. And to make content down there right now, cutting content it's about impossible because I've got such a mess already down there. And all I want to do is make some content while I've got the time up here on. I'm not out at a job. And like I said, I mean, Matt and I we've cut a couple of days. Well, it doesn't take long to lay some timber down, you know. We've got a hot pipe on his 372. We're testing that out. I gave him one of mine to test. He was running one of my dual ports. Looks all funky on the camera, but one of my dual ports, and he's got 5 of my single port. You guys know the pipes there, like something like this with a little off the side of it. He's been running them, and that saw for some reason is loading up on him pretty bad. So I gave him one of my custom bendy things like Buckin made or Buckin had made for his, and it woke it up quite a bit. Where are we? Oh no. Okay. Yes, yes. So the PTO stuff should be in tomorrow. I actually have, well, I've got one of the shavs right here. Come on, let it go. And the P-Tump, you can see it's all jammed on this one. This is the tractor side. Okay. So this is the issue with this one. You guys can see it pushes in with a hammer, but it ended up falling out, came off the tractor and wrapped it a couple times. And the U-joint on it is, but I ended up going out to TSE and was supposed to buy a complete half or a complete PTO for it. And they had 4 of them in stock, and all 4 of them were missing the female end of the PTO. So I ended up having to buy a half of one. It didn't line up. The logger in me took the axe and gave her a couple smacks to make it fit. Now it's jammed. So I got $200 and half a shaft that's stuck in my my female end of my PTO. And in the process of doing that, I ended up shoving the cross through the cap. So I just, you know, when you got to get a job done, you do stupid things, and I lost $200 in the wind that day. So ended up ordering one. Hopefully it'll be here tomorrow for 400. I sold 2 chainsaws today, so I'm hoping that's going to get me a little bit of play money to start getting some more saws in. I'll show you guys. Where are you? I ended up selling the first 372 I ever bought. This one went today for $500, $520, $550, whatever the heck it was. It's the first 372 I ever bought, but it's the X Torque, and I've never been able to, without taking the head off and changing the piston out. I didn't want to do all that. The saw runs great, and it'll make somebody a great saw, but X Torque saws I'm just not a fan of. I got that one. Then I sold this guy today too for $680 off eBay. This is a XPG. It's got a brand new, of course you won't be able to see in there, but brand new big bore pop-up piston. Had the dual port muffler. Great saw. She's ready to rip. So got the better half of $1,100 to go out and buy some more, build them up, and hopefully keep that recycling. That way these things don't get trashed, you know. I buy them basically bare blocks, and either if they've got a crank or if they don't, do seals, that type of deal, and hammered out. You guys know I've got the Highway stuff. That's what I've been using. I've only had one issue with Highway, and it was with Wolf Creek. I think it was Wolf Creek Saw Shop. I might be mistaken. Nonetheless, they fixed it up. I had done a big bore on the Pharmatech. I think you guys, well, if you've been with the channel for a while, You guys know this thing. We've got one, and it had the normal problems. So I went and put a big bore pop-up piston in it, and I actually got the jug right here still. But I wanted to do a review on the saw by itself, and it actually didn't run long enough for me to do it. And of course, I lost my flashlight at the last job I was on. But this guy, if I could capture light, no. Either way, I don't have my frickin'. I lost my little Surefire light when I was out in the bush bucking up limbs and everything else. I think, yeah, I still got my pistons here. Yep, this is the one. Brand new highway pop-up. Pop-up means the top of the piston's raised, right? But you guys can see the scoring. And that was from, and it goes all the way around. Generally, you'll get it on the intake side with a dirty filter, exhaust side, from heat generally. But this goes all the way around. Brand new piston, less than an hour on it. And what that was the Nikasil in this cylinder had a bad spot in it, and the plating itself ended up flaking off. You know the rest. Basically. I'm sorry, I'm missing here. I used mink oil. Yes. Double E. That's where I am too. These 4 E's are really, really narrow. So I'm hoping by just keep massaging in the saddle soap, mink oil, whatever you want to use. I like Obenauf's. I didn't have any. I've got this saddle soap that I've been using for my old climbing rigs and stuff like that. But yeah, I got to get massaging it in there. That way my feet can get a little bit wider, because they feel like they're in a cowboy boot right now. Let me see. How's the bundling going? Cool to see you were out there with your dad. I had so much content with my kids. Jace was out with me. We were out splitting wood. He was running weed whacker and all that stuff down there. And Everly came down, and I don't know. I think Jace and I split a bunch of wood, and Everly and I went down, and we ended up stacking it or something like that. I had the perfect video of both for me and whoever else wanted to watch it. I try to integrate my kids into it a little bit, just in case. And that was all on the first iMac that met the snow globe disaster. So yeah, we got her down there and did that a little bit, but good fun. I'm so glad they enjoy it. I just ordered a MaxFlow kit for the 500 of good, Bubba. I hope you enjoy it, man. Let me know. I'm very interested. I really do. It's about time. I think it's been over a month. Well, I have to look at my first live stream that we put this filter on to see how long it's been, because I wanted to give it a week, 2 weeks of cutting, take it off, and then look, because I did that with the original one, which I still have right here, and I was not impressed at all. I mean, not with the inside of the fuel pump, whatever the heck you want to call that little freaking not carburetor anymore, right? Now I know what they do on Huskies. I've never had a problem with them on the Huskies. That's a 2-part filter with that uni. This one is single, but the whole thing is foam. So you coat the inside with the oil. The uni foam filter oil. That's the cleaner. But and then you soak the outside, and basically you're off to the races. The chain lube. The other stuff that I was using was used for my uni filters on my race bikes back when I had them. And that stuff is sticky. This leaves a little bit of a film to the touch, but anytime that filter touched me or my hands or whatever, it was nightmare, absolute nightmare. Just like getting in pine pitch, you know. But this I oiled the first day. I don't know. I mean, with my my DRZs, my R1 stuff like that, I used to oil them depending on how much I rode them, but generally after 4 or 5 hours, I take them off. And I mean, probably an hour is a lot if you're riding in dusty conditions. This thing has been filthy since the day I did it. So I'm very interested to see how the inside of it looks. And if there's enough interest, I'll do a live stream on it. But I do know that I've changed the bar over twice now, which I'm really kind of testing this Cannon bar. I burnt the tip on it yesterday. Yeah, I'm definitely looking to see how that filter looks. I have terrible signals, so I'll be a little bit. No big deal, buddy. No big deal. How's that pig? Just as freaking big of a pain in the butt as can be. Oh, he's a pig. Freaking, we had a fire up the road 2-3 days ago, and them trucks went by, and that pig tried to get through the fence again. Oh, the flamethrower. What do you mean? Oh, yes. That's right. The flamethrower. Oh, that was, yeah, you would have had to be on the other channel to know about that. Yes, that is where the that was what was coming through that muffler. That was exactly what it was. It kept sparking, and I was like, "What the heck is going on?" I thought it was the cheap paint that they used on that muffler on that Pharmatech, right? Or I don't even think it's a Pharmatech. I don't know what the heck it is, but they're all Chinesium, right? That's right. That's good, Dan. I forgot all about that. They have a monster in here that's cold. No, that'll work though. I have a 372. I don't know what to do with. What did you get? What did I get out of the 372? I wasn't quite sure what to even ask for mine. Well, I tell you what, Bubba. 372s are extremely hard to sell. They are if you're looking to get a profit from. They're not if you're looking to sell them. Just, you know, for me, I have to make a profit. If I buy one, and I think the cheapest one that I've bought for 372s blown up, it's around $150. Then you put 100 and a half in piston ring jugs. Then you're looking at gasket seals, that type of deal. You're looking anywhere, if you go with good quality stuff, you're looking around $40. I hope you're writing this down because I'm not keeping track. Um, where is it? I've got a lot of them here, but they're just junk. The intake boots, you're better off to replace. They end up getting leaks. Um, Depending on if there's been hands in them. Generally, it if it's an X Torque saw, you'll be lucky. Like with mine, if I didn't have the $100 air filter deal on it and a $80 pipe, I probably would have got 380, 350, something like that. X Torque it's X Torque. People want 372 XPs. Um, the X Torques, they're kind of the redheaded stepchild, if you may. I don't know. I know that when I put if I take my 365, I I set it to 1-in-1 on the high and low. I put my pipe on it. I can get that saw to crack like my 371s off the head, off the tip. You know, they don't have the power throughout like 371 does. I put that pipe on the 372 XP X Torque, and it's lazy. It's lazy. It gets screaming, but it's got a wicked. I don't know. I have somewhere here. No, 395. No, no, no. Well, that thing looks good. What's that doing out here? I know I have one. It's a very different design. Very disappointed in myself. I have got such a mess going here. I just keep going to jobs, doing little bits of work here, and then going back to jobs, not cleaning up the mess that I've made. I have such a bad mess going here on my bench. Either way, the X Torque saws are what the heck do you want to call it? Huh. Frick. Emissions? No. I don't know what the frick. Either way, they're restricted. They're restricted. They're neutered. It's a neutered saw. Um, that's really all I have to say about it. It's a neutered saw. I'm sorry, I can't think of the words right now, but I for being my first saw, the saw that got me in the game of feeling a professional saw, it did a beautiful job. I didn't know any better. I was young. I hate to see it go because it was my first, but it's better than it's sitting here. We'll just say that. I've got 30 other saws. probably still have 4 or 8 freaking 372s, 371s, and 365. So I've got plenty of them. But yeah, it's a neutered 372 to me. I can't get out of it. What I can get out of a 371, 372. So as far as price goes, you're looking anywhere from $300 to $500. If it's an X Torque, on the lower end of that. If it's a stock saw, unknown hours, a lot of questions. It runs good, probably around 5. Saw with new piston jug seals, that type of deal, 6, 7. But it all depends on how much you can really dig into it. 220 bars, 24-inch bar, and a 36. A bunch of chains. Runs well, but is certainly used. Yep. Yeah, I see that. I see that you were wearing them on your channel there. I still haven't got into the that type of boot yet. I don't know. I just want to sell mine. It owes me nothing. Yes. eBay, you're going to get a kick in the shorts if you do it through that. Private sale marketplace, you're going to get all your money. That's the biggest thing. On Marketplace, I've never sold anything on Marketplace and told them that I have sold it there. I've always said that I've sold it somewhere else because I don't know if they want freaking cuts and all that other bullcrap. But yeah, eBay. For instance, I'll tell you straight up right now that X Torque saw, I sold that yesterday. Okay, for $520 plus shipping. Okay, $520. The funds that I'm getting from that saw from eBay is $366. Okay, so they dip into you hard. Just to let you know. Yeah, it's better to not look at how much you just keep selling stuff and see the bank account, because once you start realizing how much eBay takes for a cut, it's rough. I also live in the communist state of New York, so they have to get theirs as well, quite a few times. Yeah, the Arits. Yeah, and the next thing you know, you can't walk in the shop. Yeah, you guys don't see what's underneath the camera here. I love it though. I love it, man. I'm glad that the 500i is finally here. That's the only saw that I had on my wish list after that 266 came. The 266, boy oh boy, I've had a very hard time not listing it. I'm not gonna lie. I really want a what do you call it? Symington square grain or square chain file, square chain grinder. Yeah, right. I think Symington chain grinder. Yep, that's what I'm after. That's what I'm after next. They're $1,600. I'm gonna do that. I'm gonna do as soon as Mark gets his mufflers from Buckin, or that Buckin's using on his 500i. I'm gonna buy one of them. I want to try that on the saw, and kind of compare. I know that he uses bigger diameter pipe. I use I've got all my pipe underneath my bench. What is this? Where is my measure device? This is 1.25 inches. So I use 1.25 inches, 1.5 inches to build my mufflers out of. I'd like to get some 2-inch. Problem when you get into 2-inch is the flange doesn't allow it. Show you guys. It doesn't look good. It wasn't meant to look good. It was meant to function and work. It doesn't look horrible, but it's not TIG welded, you know. This is what I'm running. Ooh, hello. Where does the camera work? Right there. I don't know if you guys can see that. I've got a little bit of angle to it. And this thing, it's got crack like my 371. It's right there. It's right there. And that 371 has been worked. Not like a lot of the big port shops would do or anything like that. But for me, I've had my hands in the cylinder. I've had my hands in the exhaust ports. I've had my hands in the intake side. It was really one of the first saws that I kind of played with a little bit with numbers. I think I know it doesn't have the 371. I don't remember. It might even have a 365 piston and jug on that one, because I didn't want to mess with the original 371 because it was flawless. With a 372 carb, I don't remember. I know I did the intake side first. Then I started playing with pipes. I went from the dual port. This is one that I started building. You guys can see that nice flux core welding, right? It looks horrible. Not much I can do with the 60 amp service here, though. What's that one got done? I think I just done the pipe, a couple different pipes to it, and I've been running that. The past couple days. I need to get it back on the streams because whenever I'm cutting, right now I've been using the 500 just to get some miles on it. Where was it? Yeah, the next thing you need. The 372 I have was the first professional saw, and same thing. I don't want it just sitting here anymore. Yes, I understand. Depending on how many saws you have, that's the biggest thing. Was my justification for having saws was because that was the line of work I was in. Of course, it then turns into way too many saws. But if you don't let it get to that point, I wanted a backup saw. If my main went down, I had one to finish the job. Same thing with my climbing rigs. I run a 2511T, but I have a 350, and I have the two Husqvarnas, the 540s that are probably going to be going on the eBay next. I've got two of them running, and then two parts. One part is here and among the among the stacking. Oh, absolutely, man. Absolutely. Depending on how you want to sell it. like I said, eBay, you're gonna lose. But if you do go to eBay, shine the thing up, make it look good, give it a little blowout, that type of deal. Take pictures with a chain guard on and off. Put the bars with it. With a freaking, you said you had a 36-inch. That's gonna be a rough one to pack. I've got boxes here from Saw Purchases that stacked on two more of them big boxes, just in case you were wondering. Uh, I save the boxes that way when I get one finished, I put it on. I've got a box to ship it out with. But that 36-inch, that's gonna be a pain to ship. That's the problem with that. I don't generally put bars and chains together. If I have sold two 372s with bars and chains because I had two 20s, and two 20s. And I don't use 20-inch bar or chain. And I think I've got 124 hanging right there. So the next person that asks me about a bar and chain, I do have another one to go out, but generally I try not to ship with the bar and chain just because they make the box have to be so much bigger. You know what I mean? Um, at least they legalized weed. No kidding. Good for you. Time for dinner. Gotta go. Stay safe. You too, Bubba. Good talking with you, man. What else have we got to talk? Oh, hold on. I'll show you guys this. Yeah. Oh. Tried my hand at some leather work. Oh, of course it's not sitting on there right now, but there we go. So I got a nice little carry handle. Of course, it's got to be broke in, right? For my combi can. And I've got some spots here for, like I said, it's all got to be broken still. But scratch, file, whatever the case may be. I've also got, I made a radio pouch for my suspenders on my climbing gear. And anybody ever wonder why Bucking does the whistle? It all starts making sense after you get in the woods and the slash, that type of thing. I've got radios. I went on, made the mistake of buying radios. Ooh, hey there, off of eBay, and they do awesome. I am very impressed with them little guys. These are cheapies. I bought 4 of these off eBay for 50 bucks. Come to find out, they ended up coming in a Amazon box. I went on Amazon and they're $35 on Amazon. So somebody made $20 off of me after it took about a month to get. Realized that they were buying them off Amazon, shipping them to themselves, shipping them to me. So nonetheless, I learned a little lesson there. So if you guys are looking for radios or whatever, definitely search both them spots unless you guys have a local spot. We really don't here. We've got a Walmart now. Our runnings really doesn't have much. I was looking for some Midlands, but I've had excellent luck. I've got the whole family on the ham radios, the Biofangs. So we've got communications, regardless of if the old phones go out or not. So I went with, I think this is a Biofang. Not sure. They're KSU 7s, and I am very happy with them so far. They've been in the rain, everything. They've done well. But you ever get smacked by a tree, get stuck under something, whatever the case may be, I always wondered, and maybe it's just me or whatever, I'm not all that bright, but how do you let people know where the heck you are? Realistically. So we got the radios, that way I can check in with the wife every now and then when I'm out, or if I'm going to a job cutting, like up the road there, that tree plantation, what I'll do is I'll give this to the landowner, the homeowner, whoever's going to be home, and I'll keep one on me, and then I'll have one for whoever's cutting with me, or if I'm cutting by myself, whatever the case may be. But that way I can reach somebody, and if I can't, there's the whistle. So like I said, I'm not trying to I don't want to be compared or trying to act like Buckin. I love Buckin. I have learned so much from that man. I love his content, this, that, and the other thing. But the practicality and how simple it really is, it makes sense, and there's a lot of similar things. You watch West Coast Saws, you watch Guilty, you'll see these things, the whistles, the radios, the cut pants. I just started doing that after when you go in and you're clearing and you cut, a little hardwood pieces, whatever, they stick out of the ground 4 or 6 inches. You end up getting that stuck in between that pant leg where the seam is. You go down, but you end up cutting that seam off the bottom of your pants. It rips. You don't go down. You ain't falling with a saw. It all makes sense is all I'm trying to get to. So I've been kind of dabbling with that a little bit. I'm working on trying to figure out a good pant, and I think I was watching. I wish I could remember his name now. I broke my scissors. Brand new leather scissors. How did I do that? Huh. No kidding. First time I used them. They ain't shutting now. Squirrel brain moment. Who the heck was I watching? He was just actually with Buckin a couple weeks back. Boom, boom, boom. It's all gonna make sense once I get there. I hope. The Essential Craftsman. He went on about it actually. Pants. He had a great video about it, and he was talking about key pants because Carhartt's sold out to the woke crowd. Levi went to stretchy pants. There was a couple other ones that he read off, and he was talking about key pants, and I'm trying to figure out if I want to go with key. There's key. There's wild ass. I think they're called wild ass with a donkey kicking. Red little label with a donkey kicking. It's called wild ass. There's prison blues and a couple other. But like the Carhartts that I was wearing in the video that I just did 2 days ago, I literally was doing my back cut. I knelt right down, had one leg up, ripped the crotch right out of them. They're not what they used to be. The seams are gone. So I ended up cutting the bottoms off of them. I cut freaking about 2 inches of the bottom off. And I've got my wife, and where the crotch, goes in like this, it's all spread out. So what I'm going to have my wife do is actually sew that bottom of that pant in between the crotch. That way there's actually, instead of it doing one of these numbers, it does one of kind of these numbers. That way you've got that little bit of stretch for when you're kneeling down and doing this, that, and the other thing. But I mean, when you're hot and sweaty, you guys know your thighs and stuff like that, material don't move as much. So there's got to be a little bit of play there. But the Carhartts, I mean, you spend $60, $80 on the things, and just with them going woke and getting, I was going to cut them all up, but I can't afford freaking new stuff. I mean, look, $30, $40 shirt. I'd love to be able to burn it all just to say, screw you, Carhartt, but I wear what I got. So nonetheless, rant over about that. We've been going an hour. I didn't think we'd have freaking 10 minutes of content here, but I thank you guys for being in the chat. Thank you guys for listening to the rant. I definitely want to dive into a couple other things next week. Hopefully, I can get some things squared away here. And yeah, hopefully we got the Farmy Winch going again. By this time next week, we can get some new content going for you guys. And thank you guys so much for all the support, all the new subscribers. Hopefully you guys can find something that you guys enjoy here. I know the shorts content, this fly, I swear. The shorts content will keep coming. But I got to get back into recording some videos. So God bless y'all. Thank you guys for listening to me for a little while, and we will see you next time.